Hello students. So after what is semiconductor, studying this thing, now we are moving to the classification of semiconductor, and this classification is done on two different bases actually. First basis on which the classification of semiconductor is done is its chemical composition, and the second basis on which these semiconductors are classified is the source and nature of the charge carriers present in that semiconductor. So these are the two bases of classification of a semiconductor. So first, on the basis of its chemical composition, semiconductor is broadly divided into two types. First one is elemental semiconductors, and the second one is compound semiconductors. Now by elemental semiconductor we mean that these are simply present in the form of atoms of that element, while the compound semiconductors are in the form of compounds of more than one element. For example, elemental semiconductors are silicon, germanium, and compound semiconductors are cadmium sulfide, gallium arsenide, or there are some polymers which are also under the category of compound semiconductor. For example, polyaniline, it is polyaniline, or polythiophene, and there are many more. But on the basis of source and nature of the charge carriers, these semiconductors are of intrinsic and extrinsic type. Means here again we have two types. First one is intrinsic semiconductors, and the second one is extrinsic semiconductors. Now by intrinsic semiconductor we mean the pure semiconductor that is present in the nature. So the pure semiconductor without any kind of impurity, or if there is impurity it is less than 1 in 10 to the power 10 parts. So that kind of semiconductor which is pure is called intrinsic semiconductor. And the semiconductors which are obtained by adding some impurity, or we gave it a specific term called doping the pure semiconductor with a small amount of certain impurities, then such type of semiconductors are called extrinsic semiconductors. So in this chapter our main focus is on these two categories. So here we can define intrinsic as intrinsic semiconductors are those which are pure. These are the pure semiconductors, and the presence of charge carriers in these kind of conductors is an intrinsic property. We are not adding any kind of impurity in intrinsic semiconductor to increase the number of charge carriers in it. The charge carriers that we obtain in these intrinsic semiconductors are the result of thermal excitation. No doping or no addition of impurity is done in case of intrinsic semiconductors. So intrinsic semiconductors are pure, and the charge carriers present in them are the result of thermal excitation. While in case of extrinsic semiconductor, if we talk about extrinsic semiconductor, so these are impure, or we can say that in these semiconductors certain specific kind of impurity is added to increase their conductivity. So the addition of these impurity atoms in semiconductors, in pure semiconductors, it will cause the increase in number of charge carriers, and as a result the conductivity increases. So if we have an intrinsic or a pure semiconductor and we add some impurity in it, now this impurity should be of certain specific kind of atoms, these impurity to it, then we get extrinsic semiconductor. Now this phenomena in which we add the impurity, these impurity to the intrinsic semiconductor, this phenomena is called doping. So doping is the phenomena, or it can be defined as a process of addition of impurity atoms to pure semiconductors to increase their conductivity. Then this process is called doping. Now, on the basis of which type of impurity we are adding, these extrinsic semiconductors are further divided into two categories. These are p-type semiconductors. Now the p-type is a type of extrinsic semiconductor only. The extrinsic semiconductor are divided into further two categories on the basis of the type of impurity that is added to them. So there are two types, p-type and n-type semiconductor. P-type semiconductor is obtained if we are adding a trivalent impurity. If we are adding a trivalent impurity to the pure semiconductor, then we get p-type semiconductor as a result. And if we are adding pentavalent impurity, then we will get n-type semiconductor as a result. Trivalent impurities, or we also call them trivalent dopant, these are those impurities which have 3 valence electrons, while in case of pentavalent impurity or pentavalent dopant, they have 5 valence electrons. For example, with 3 valence electrons like indium, aluminium, boron, they can act as a p-type impurity or a trivalent impurity, which give us p-type extrinsic semiconductor as a result. While in case of pentavalent impurity, we have examples phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, right? So these are the examples. If we add such atoms, any atom out of these, to the pure semiconductor, pure silicon or pure germanium, then we get p-type or n-type silicon or p-type or n-type germanium, depending on which impurity we are adding to that pure semiconductor. So the main reason of doping is to increase the number of charge carriers or increase the conductivity that was less in case of pure semiconductor or intrinsic semiconductor. And it can be done by various processes, like we can add impurity atoms to intrinsic semiconductor in the molten state of that sample, or we have an option that we can heat that crystalline semiconductor in the atmosphere containing that impurity atom or their molecules, so that that impurity atom diffuse in that semiconductor. So by heating that crystal of semiconductor, pure semiconductor, in the atmosphere containing impurity atoms, can also give us an extrinsic semiconductor with that impurity. Also, we have an option that we can bombard the semiconductor with the ions of impurity atom. If we bombard the impurity ions on that semiconductor, then the atom get implanted, that ion of impurity get implanted into the semiconductor. So we can use any of the mean for. So that was the classification of semiconductor In further videos, we will be studying about the intrinsic and extrinsic semiconductor on the basis of valence band model. So for that, stay tuned and keep studying. Thank you.